Getting into real estate is super exciting. Do not get me wrong. However, there are a lot of things agents can do in their first 90 days to self-sabotage. I'm going to identify for you the top 5 biggest mistakes that new and newer agents are making on a consistent basis that is ruining, potentially destroying their future in real estate. And some of them are pretty obvious, some of them not so much. Let's jump right in. So before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now, I'm about to go over 5 things that you should avoid or that new agents commonly do that kind of messes with them. Let me add another one real quick before that, and it's not subscribing to this channel and not following us, not clicking that bell to making sure that they get notified every time we put a new video out, because we're always giving you the best, most relevant information on all things real estate, how to get started with your career, how to really take it to the next level. So we've got you covered here with all the best, most relevant information. So subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video. Let's jump in. So mistake number 1, we're just going to get started right at the top, and it's waiting until you're ready. Preparing to get ready to almost maybe start to consider thinking about getting going. You're never going to feel ready. You're absolutely not going to feel ready. As a matter of fact, you're probably watching this video instead of doing what you should do, which is make the call, send the text, do the video, whatever it is that you've committed to doing. Instead, you need a little bit more information, maybe from this guy, to get started. I mean, great, I'm glad you're watching the video, but there is no perfect script. There is no perfect logo. There is no perfect CRM for you to start talking to people. It is time to take action, because action creates the clarity around what you actually should be doing on a regular basis, as opposed to what you think you should be doing or what some random YouTuber says you should be doing. Now, the top producers, they understand this. They move fast, they fail fast, and they learn fast. That's what's important about taking action right away. You got to make the calls. You got to shoot the video. You got to go to run the open house right now. So if anything, turn off this video. Don't even worry about the rest of the mistakes, because that one, if that's your mistake, all the other ones don't matter until you solve for that. Take action now. All right, so if you're still here, that means you're an action taker. Let's jump on to number 2, because maybe this is it. And it's this: not treating it like a business. Treating it like a business is super important. And understand this: you don't have a work job anymore. You own a business now. So you have to act like it. You have to act like an employer. The question you got to ask yourself is, what type of person would you hire? Now, let's say you wanted to make $10,000 a month, and that's great. You are both the boss and the employee in this situation. So here's the question. I want you to take off your employee hat for a second and just imagine you were about to hire an employee. Right? You're the employer. You're about to hire an employee to work your real estate business, and you're going to pay them $10,000 a month. Would you just let them show up, or would you have a schedule? Would you have them on a calendar and making sure that they know exactly what they should be doing and actually execute on it? Would you have them set hours specifically for prospecting, for follow-up, for understanding the next thing that they need to learn in the process, for making content, for appointments? You would absolutely have a schedule for them. Okay. Now, you wouldn't just let them roam free. You would 100% have those things. So why don't you do it for yourself? Be a boss. And I don't mean all the, hey, I'm a boss. I mean, be a boss. What if you were hiring somebody who starts tomorrow? Okay. Today's gone. Tomorrow at your business, you're going to pay them $10,000 a month. Build out their schedule. Build out their accountability system. How are you going to make sure that they're actually earning that $10,000 a month and not just wasting your money? That's the way you got to approach it. All right. Mistake number 3, too many shiny objects. I've heard this said plenty of times. Real estate's a great place to go broke $29.95 a month at a time. What I mean by that is we sign up for all these things that are supposed to make our career easier. They're supposed to help us in all these different ways. But we sign up for them $30 a month, but we have 5 of them, 10 of them. That starts draining the bank account, and it doesn't necessarily move the needle. Every week, it's this new CRM, this new app, this new script. You got to stop already. If it's not already part of your roadmap for the next 90 days, ignore it. Revisit your roadmap every 90 days, and maybe you can add something new. But when you're in the middle of the journey, I'm shooting this right at the end of Q1. My next 90 days, I already know what I'm committed to, building, what I'm committed to doing. And what that means is any shiny object that rears its head, I'm going to go, great. In Q3, maybe I'll take a look at it. All right. But I already know what I'm committed to in Q2. All right, you got to do the same exact thing. Pick 1 or 2 lead pillars, master those for 90 days, and then you can layer in more with very specific intention. Because here's the thing you got to take away. Confused agents don't take action. Focus is always going to create the wins. All right, mistake number 4, flying solo without any guidance, trying to figure it out all on your own. That is a huge mistake that a lot of us made early on. Wish I hadn't. Now I have a coach. I've had a coach for years. I intend to always have a coach. All right. But that doesn't necessarily mean you need a coach. Maybe it's a team leader. Maybe it's a mentor. Maybe it's a really good friend, right? Who's willing to mentor you and take you under that. Model what's already working. That's critically important. Don't go out and try to reinvent the wheel. Connect with somebody. As a matter of fact, at the end of this video, I'll tell you can connect with us at Real Estate CEOs. Maybe we're those mentors that you were meant to have. All right, but don't fly it alone. Don't have 10 one-year experiences, as they say. Right? You can have 10 years of experience, but is it 10 years of building, or is it just 1 year repeated 10 times because you haven't been learning? Right? The easiest way to shortcut all that, get a tribe of mentors. All right, mistake number 5, being too passive with your sphere. This is a big deal. The people that you know, they want to support you, but you got to stay in front of them and you got to show them that you're competent. All right. Don't hide behind that fear. Don't hide behind, oh, but they think this way of me. Maybe they do, but you don't know that for a fact until they tell you that. All right. Document your journey. Okay. Always, all your showings, your open houses, your closings, document that so that they can see the social proof that you actually know what you're doing and that you're actively working in your craft. Call people with items of value is really important. Not just begging for business. Call them to answer questions. Call them to give them some type of information that you and they would find critically helpful in whatever it is they're doing, whether it's understanding the market or better understanding their local community. All right. Now, when you show up consistently, you actually become that trusted advisor. I have a whole other video on how to do that. I give you my 28-step program on how you do that. Super simple stuff. And so go ahead and check that video out as well. But if you're being too passive with your sphere, that's going to shoot you in the foot. Now, here's the thing. Lastly, coming in for a landing, those are the 5 mistakes. Here's the thing you got to take away. Bonus tip, so to speak, right? Is that consistency is always going to beat talent. I don't care how good a salesperson you are. If you're inconsistent, the consistent but not great salesperson, right? If they're willing to be consistent, they're going to beat you over time, 100% of the time, right? So don't rely on your talent just because you're good and smooth talker. Be consistent. That's a huge, huge, huge bonus. That's when I talk about treating like a business. That's really a consistency thing. All right. So hopefully you got a ton of value out of this video. If you have a concern that maybe you're falling into one of these 5 traps and you want to learn how to get out, I can break that down for you. Here's what you're going to do. First off, drop a comment. Right? Ask me the question. I'm happy to answer it here. We don't have to book a Zoom call and strategy call where maybe I'm trying to recruit you or become your coach or whatever it is because I don't really coach people anymore. Don't worry about it. Just comment on the video. Now, if you said, Isaac, I want to join this tribe of people at Real Estate CEOs and Agent War Room, that's when you're going to want to go in the description, click that link, book one-on-one time so I can walk you through what we do to partner with agents just like you all over the US and Canada to help them really scale up their businesses. Don't make these 5 mistakes. Take action and also reach out to me if you need anything whatsoever. We've got you covered. Until next time, keep crushing it.